Hey everybody, it's Martha. Welcome back to my Shabby Craft Studio. I am ever so grateful that you are here, as always. So this is, I believe, part 2, take 1, hopefully the only take. We're going to work on this journal some more. So in my previous video, that I actually just posted today, but I recorded it like 4 days ago, I left off with reminding you about the cover and with making signatures. However, I got flustered, as I do on the recording of things. And so I finished putting the signatures together off screen. I also expanded tremendously my ephemera that I am going to use in this journal. And I also did a couple things inside the cover. So I just like a minute ago sewed this on. And I'm not worried about this being loose because what'll happen is when I sew the signatures in, that'll tack that in the center. I also put this really pretty burlap. It may have come from Dollar Tree, I think. And it had wire in the sides. And I took the wire out and I just glued it down. And the Fabri-Tac glued it really nicely. And again, that'll be in there with when the signatures get sewn in. It's 2 inches wide. And this cover, when I made it, actually gives me 2 inches, probably more. But there's still lots of overlap. But this cover is going to be a little large for this. I'm okay with that. I could trim it down where it's not cut real evenly. We'll see. I'm not real sure. But this is actually going to give me a lot of room for expansion. Isn't that exciting? That means I can put lots and lots of stuff in it, which is where this box comes in. There's actually a few things that aren't in that box, and I have ideas for more things. So let me set the cover aside. I also went through some of my paper pads and I found this, and this is going to go along, not all of it, but some of it. I don't generally use stickers. They are shiny, but I'm okay with that. I also found this, which I'm going to use a couple of things from. I'm not too sure about this coppery looking one because it's so shiny, but the theme, as you will see as we go along, is not nature with butterflies and flowers, but more leaves and stuff. So I might experiment with this. I have these two. They're not the same, but they're from the same paper pad. I might experiment on a little tiny bottom part of this and see if I can use some either Distress ink to tone it down a little, or some distress spray or something. However, if you think that's pretty the way it is, after you see what else is going into this journal and tell me that, well, see, here's what I think. Everything that's going in the journal is quite muted. So if these little pops of copper and shininess you think detract from that, I am going to not include them. I really love this because I am calling this journal Earth. I don't normally name my journals, but Earth just came to me before I saw all of these papers, and I just feel like it's going to be a very earthy journal. I also printed off, oops, sorry, I'm reaching across things here, sheets from my faux handmade paper. Now, this set is not in the shop yet. Trust me, I am working on a lot of things to put in the shop digitally, but I keep getting waylaid by this journal. So I have to get this journal done, and then I am going to be able to work on digitals that you've been seeing me use, which means that then I'll have to show them again and probably show you how I've used them. It's hard because the one journal I used the bird digitals in has already sold. Thank you very much. So anyway, And I realized that my printer has been printing out really dark and almost bluish in some cases and grayish. And I realized that my printer settings were not where they should be. So yeah, that's something to deal with. So anyway, when I left, one of the things I mentioned in my last video was that I had found these papers that I had already folded up to make pockets with. I really love them because they're 12 by 12s and they are going to go with this journal really well. Now this has a flower on it, but it's really faint and there are a lot of leaves and stuff on it. And I'm really going towards the leaf end of earth. Anyway, I asked Tony to acorn dye these, and he did a great job on them. So there's that one, and there's this one. Isn't that beautiful? He's doing a really good job with the acorn dyes. So, and there's that one. So I'm really happy with the way these are coming out. And I will show you how I've put these signatures together. Now they're all basically the same. There's, I think, one paper difference in them from the others. And these are not, as you'll see here, if I open these are all in a different order, these papers. So what I tried to do is, I know this is a little pinkish, but I'm trying to stay in these color tones here and see the coppery, bronzy color here, the burgundy, wineish color, the shades of greens, the silver, and this green back here. I just really am attracted to this cover, so I tried to stay with that. And even though these are a little on the brighter side than I wanted, you know, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I could have printed them out on cream paper, and that would have toned them down some, but I didn't. So anyway, here's a quick flip through of this one. And I did, yesterday I spent all day gessoing, spraying, inking, staining some of the papers in here. Like I did this too. Now that's a little bright, but it really goes with this sheet here if you look at it. And I just had fun with it. So I don't know, I'm kind of going in that direction with these. And then I decided to put some pages from a garden book in here that I have. So I'm really happy with that because it's leaves. And this, I don't know, part of me is thinking that I might tone this down a little, like maybe have Tony spray it with some acorn dye. Dye. The dye we made from acorns. This is also an acorn sheet right there. And this is tea dyed, one of my eco sheets. So that's the back side of that. So as you can see, I have a variety of things in here. This one is similar but different. This is tea dyed. This I have a new glass mat. It's just I don't think I showed you this. It's a glass cutting board. This side has a bumpy surface, textured, and this is smooth. And I paid $5 something at Walmart for that, and it's so much fun. Like, I don't want to work on it like all the time, but I could put my sprays and inks and stuff on it, and so I did that. So that's on the back of a tea stained paper, and I did this one as well. Now I didn't do as many pages in all of the signatures, so I may go back and do some more. This had a lot of white in it, even though it was tea stained, and I just really had fun with it. These I printed out on tracing paper this morning. Come on. My fingers don't want to work. And there's another one of those. And there's the center one in that one. Really, like my fingers just don't want to work. And I thought that was really pretty. And there's the back sides of everything. So yeah, I've been having some fun with this off camera. It really takes me a long time. Like, it took me several hours yesterday to play with the inks and the sprays and the ink pads and all of that stuff. And this is the third signature. And this is going to be really fun to fill. And now these I did with Tattered Angels, so they are a little shiny. And that's why I'm thinking I might have Tony spray them with acorn dye and tone them down a bit, which might be fun. I think it would give it a fun effect. So there you go. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. It's quite windy out. We had that hurricane come through yesterday. I'm in Virginia, and it came up from the south. Thankfully, gratefully, we did not have the damage that they had in the south. But the wind is here today. I also did some die cutting this morning. So I had this paper here. Isn't that gorgeous paper? And so I cut some of my leafy type dies. These dies are new to me. So I cut some of those out in greens and in that paper with the browns and such in it. And then there's these here as well. So I had fun doing that. I will, next time dies go on sale, if Hobby Lobby has them, I will get some of the leaf dies, because I've really enjoyed doing this, and I have like yards of this fabric downstairs. So there's probably going to be more of these journals coming along. Alrighty, so let's see. I've gabbed for what, 15 minutes? Oh, 12 and a half. Oops, don't want that to happen. Well, and make sure that little metal cap is on there. And I am going to glue these shut. I tried to do a lot of inking yesterday. I tried to do a lot of whatever needed to be done. That's not always the most fun to watch on camera. I tried to do some of that stuff yesterday. So, however, I did forget to glue these. Well, actually, Tony just finished. I forgot I trimmed that a little bit short. Tony just brought these into me last evening because he acorn dyed them for me. Usually I use tea. I don't use coffee, but this is just as good as coffee, and it doesn't smell. It does not have a scent at all. So I find that pleasing as well about the acorns. So after this wind, we are going to, don't ask me why I didn't do the first one this way. Sometimes I forget techniques in between. Plus, I'm on camera, so I always think, I'm going to mess something up. When all this wind is done blowing, and we know that everything is dried out from the torrential rains we got yesterday and the evening before, we are going to collect acorns and try to dry them out on the table that we use for dyeing. And we are going to try and put some away for using throughout the next year, because I'll tell you what, I really like the acorns way better than tea or coffee. I love the color they give, and Tony wants to try and do enough papers besides what I use. He wants to do enough papers that we can sell packets of them online. Shoo, that'd be fun. That'll be fun.
I need
to move my iPad over. So these are some of the stains I used yesterday. I used these distressed sprays. I used old paper, antique linen. I didn't use much of the walnut. I did use the pumice stone because it's that silvery gray that I wanted. And I used vintage photo. And the other things I used were Tattered Angel sprays, but they are back in their little drawer where they belong. So I can't tell you which ones I used there. All right, let's play a little. Enough gabbing. Lordy. All right, so, well, you know, oh my goodness. I'm a mess, and I apologize for that. I've been going through this in my mind for days now, but I really should just get out some of the ephemera. Now, these pieces of ephemera are made from the kit that I showed you the sheets from earlier, from this kit that is not, I haven't put it in my shop yet. I have a faux paper one, but this is going to be, I think, faux paper 2. I think I only have one in the shop at the moment. It's bad I don't know what's in my shop. But what I did was I made a bunch of originals of tags, belly bands, and stuff like that. I literally, when I cut the cardstock out and I made the faux paper stuff on the shapes. Like I made the shapes first, then put the faux paper flowers and stuff on. So these are what I have. A lot of them, when we scanned them and edited them, we did not resize them correctly. So I have to go in and resize them. But again, don't want to sit on the computer. Not right now. I'm just not ready. I did some paper bags yesterday, and I think some of these, the die cuts, that's too dark. Get one of the lighter ones. And I'll probably have to cut some more of these. I think some of these might go on there, like that. So those will probably go on the paper bag, the lighter green ones. Then I made these on camera day before or in the last video. So I made these, and these are going to be in a kit as well. And I designed some envelopes. There's all kinds of tags, and there's little coin envelopes. Oh, golly, and pockets. And so I have all this stuff to choose from. Oh, and we can't forget these pages. I forgot. I almost forgot. All right, I think I'm going to put these pages in first, and then we'll go through all we'll start placing that stuff. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 of the colored ones, and because I don't have 6, I'm going to use a clear one as well. And I think what I want to do with these is to place them, like I could place that there, but I'm going to place them and hinge them to put them in between. I want to see where this clear one will show up the best. In between 2 pages. Oh, that might be pretty, huh? Oh, that would be pretty right there. And then this one on the other side like that. And then I just have to hinge them. Again, something I haven't done yet. So, all right. All right, we're going to do this first. No, I'm not. I'm thinking I might go through and I think I'm going to go through these and put gesso on them, and then I might ink them. So I'm going to not do these right away. Boy, am I jumping around today or what? All right. I need to leave these out so I remember to gesso them, let that dry, and then I can ink them. Okay. Alrighty. Back to square one. Oh my goodness. You know, I didn't sleep well the night before last. And funny thing, now I could, nope, I'm just going to glue it down, even though the back of that is decorated. Alrighty, so I didn't sleep well the night before last. I slept, but I had all these really weird dreams. Like, I couldn't tell you what they were, but I remember thinking they were very, very strange. And I probably should have put that on the outside, not the inside. Oh, well. And so, I was in a weird, like, couldn't focus. Nothing really made sense yesterday, so it was hard for me to work. And so yeah, it was strange. Like, I tried to do stuff on the computer, couldn't focus. And I tried to do stuff on the journal, and like I said, I ended up just like painting and inking and doing stuff like that, because honest to goodness. And then Tony was helping me. Tony's learning to do stuff as far as like scanning, and well, he already knew how to scan a document and stuff, but when it comes to my like my stuff, right, I'm very picky. I'm picky. And so I'm teaching him how to like resize things, and then I had to teach him how to scan something, save it as a PDF, then go into Adobe Photoshop Elements, turn it into a PNG file so I could use it for something else. I can place it on a page then, or I can, all right, I'm going to do it this way. I'm not good at this. I know, like, I watch Gail do several signatures at once, and I stink at it, but I'm going to try. And so every time I thought that he got something done right, I walked away and said, okay, you're on your own. Well, then he'd call me and be like, hey, Marth, how do I do this? Hey, Marth, how do I do that? So I'd get up from my chair and I'd go in there, because it's in a different room, and I'd help him figure it out. And then I'd come back in my studio, and I must have done that 20 times if I did it once. So yeah, it was interesting day yesterday. I would never be able to be a teacher. Oh, Lordy. Bless the teachers that are out there now working the way they have to work. Oy, 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 right? I come from a family of teachers. My cousins, my mother's brother was a teacher and a principal. I think my other aunt, at least one aunt, I believe, was maybe a teacher. I know she was a librarian at one point. And then I have several cousins that are the daughters of my uncle that was a principal, and they're all teachers. So yeah, I come from a family of teachers, but it did not not in my genes. Not nearly in my genes. Okay, so that's like an open one, so I'm gonna put that right about there, and I'm just gonna, this is gonna be sort of, oops, boy, sloppy. Do I want to do the bottom and make that a pocket? Nah, I'll just do the sides. Let's make sure I've got it. Okay. And it's funny because I'm teaching someone who doesn't have an artistic eye necessarily. He's creative, but he's not artistic. So it's really hard for me because I'm like, okay, when you scan this, try not to scan it upside down this time. You know, that stuff happens, right? Okay, let's see. I have, these are little coin envelopes. So, oh, so I was saying it's windy here. and you might be able to tell, I'm not sure, because I have my sliding, oh lordy, my sliding glass door open. Okay. Now I have some of these that are paper. They were printed on cream paper, and I have some that are, I think, printed on, I could do these too. And some of these I might go back and decorate further. I'm just really loving the, I'm sorry, bear with me, please. I'm really loving the eco and earthy look. Like, this is lacy, but it's earthy. All right, so I have one, two. I'm going to try this out. This is really flimsy, so I'm going to try these out of the light cardstock. I think we printed these on 65-pound cardstock. And I'm not scoring them, so hopefully I won't crack it, because it is a lighter weight cardstock. And you'll see. And all of this stuff I can go back and decorate later if I want to. Now, coin envelopes, you have the back side, which is this side, but that's also the side that opens. It's kind of like envelopes. I mean, you have envelopes, but that's the front, that's the back. If you glue it down, you're looking at the back, right? Like, I mean, do you have a choice? Not really. Because you can't really get into it if you're, oh, that just barely meets. Oops. Woo-wee. Yeah, that doesn't really. Trying to make sure that's not sticking to itself on the inside. And I guess unless you use these to like over the edge of a page or something, that would be the only way that you could really use it and show the front as well. So if I glued that down, we could flip that open. But it'd be really hard to get anything in and out of. So yeah, I think basically it's going to be used like that. But let me finish folding these. I guess I could have done this without doing it on camera too. But I've been a little scatterbrained. I don't know why. And the other thing about yesterday was, with it storming and stuff, it's really like, it's a struggle to not stay in bed all day and want to sleep when it's rainy and dark. Oh my goodness, it was dark yesterday. And, I just would love, if I lived alone, if I was not married, I would literally, on days like that, just stay in bed. But the hubster, he pretty much frowns on that. So yeah. Staying in the bed all day on a cloudy, dark, rainy day, not really his idea of proper. So, and he's probably right. Probably not a good thing to do. Okay. Need enough glue to keep these shut. That one I think I did a little cockeyed. Yes. I think because I cut it in too far. Ay. Can I fix it? Can I? If you scored it, Martha, you wouldn't have it crooked. Yeah, I know. Don't beat me up. All right. Let's try that one again. Don't know where my husband went. He took Evan out for a short walk. And then came back in, and I don't know where he went, but he knew I was recording, so. Poor man is a little bit lost. He retired a week ago, and he's been wanting me to give him things to keep busy. Oh, it's hard. I'll tell you, people, it's hard. It is really tough. All right, let's see. I think I'm just going to glue it down. I don't think I'm going to make it a pocket. And I can only give him so much, you know, when again, it goes back to you being the artist. When you're the artist, it's your vision. And you really can't teach somebody else your vision. I mean, and by the time you try to explain something, it's really, really, really tough because you could just do it yourself by then. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that'll be pretty because it's got the greens and blues in there. Ooh. Ooh. I keep going off the edge. Not good. Paper towel. This is one of those pages that was tea stained and then I inked over it, so it came out really pretty. All right. Is that the right one? I don't know. Yes, I think. Maybe. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Close. They're not all set up exactly the same. All of the, where's the other one? I made 3. There it is. That one sort of blends into that page a lot, doesn't it? Maybe I'll ink it. Brush, 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 brush. Can you hear the birds outside? There's a tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is. It has little tiny leaves on it. And it sits at the end of our deck between our yard and the people next door. And there's birds, certain kind of birds. I don't know what they are because I'm horrible at identifying things like birds and butterflies and stuff. But that stands out a little bit more. But certain birds like to sit in there and just tweet away, and I just love hearing them. Maybe I'll do a little B-roll of a cardinal, Mr. Cardinal, that came to visit me again yesterday. Not yesterday. Had to be, is it this morning? No. I don't know. I took some pictures and video of a male cardinal that came to visit. Can't remember when, because, you know, like I said, it's been a weird couple of days. Okay. All right. Next, I think these pockets. I'll put that one there. And again, these fold. Oh, Martha. Sometimes it's just easier to make your own pockets instead of the ones that are like this. This is a template from the Graphics Fairy paid membership site. I don't know what they have on the unpaid because I have a paid membership. So I don't know how much is available on the unpaid membership site. But you can use the templates in Photoshop Elements and other graphic programs if you use a different graphic program to design things. And then you put your own design in them. So of course this is one of my eco-dyed papers. Oh well, that's gonna have to do. I'm not fighting it. I'm not. I haven't used this kind of pocket before, so that's why I'm looking at it kind of, am I doing this right? The only thing I haven't, well, not the only thing, but one of the things I'd like to do but haven't figured out yet is how to make my own templates and use them. I thought I had it figured out, but it failed. So obviously I didn't have it figured out very well or correctly. So yeah, I decided that since that didn't work, I would just use the ones from Graphics Fairy. And that's what I went with. So, of course, I could just print out my sheets and make pockets. You know, just cut them out. Just cut out a rectangle and make pockets. And I do have some things here to do that with. That's the female cardinal. You hear it? Those are crows. Or blackbirds or whatever they are. I don't know. Why does this seem all kind of weird? Don't know. But I'm going with it. Because in the end, it's all going to look nice anyway. Embrace the flaws. Nobody's perfect. So yeah, if you have any hints or tips and you want to send me a message or something, let me know about making my own templates to then put my own designs on for like tags and pockets and stuff. Oh my goodness. The birds are just going at it today, aren't they? So this one I might have to, that really blends in. I might have to print this off on another design. So I think I'm going to skip that one for now. And we'll go back to the first one. I'll go back to that one. All right, so I'm going to start from the back now so that I don't have everything in the front of the journal, although I have a lot of things. So let's see. Corner pockets. So I have some corner pockets, and yes, all of this stuff is quite plain, and that's okay. I'm all right with that because I can always go back and decorate. You don't have to decorate before you glue it in all the time. Not necessarily, anyway. I grabbed the wrong brush. This one feels different in my hand. And it doesn't have as flat a surface. So yeah, I can tell it's a different brush. Okay. Alrighty. Behave, you guys. So I hope this finds everybody doing well, and that you weren't affected by the storms yesterday. We had a storm come from the west and a storm come from the south, and they collided. But we did not get the worst of the damage. I know Louisiana got slammed. I have a friend in Alabama. He got a lot of damage and doesn't have power. So a lot of people got some pretty severe damage yesterday, and I'm sorry for all of that. Okay, I think I will just do the edge of this so it doesn't look quite white. You know, when you cut into paper that has a white back on it, the edges always look white as well. Okay. Now, some of this ephemera is ephemera that I made when I just wasn't feeling the let's make a journal time frame. So, I have to check my time. Oh my goodness, 41 minutes already. Almost 42. This stuff takes time. Of course, I was blabbering on at first, wasn't I? Apologies for that, people. Apologies. So, do I want to put that inside there? I certainly could. Or maybe I should. Why can't I ever figure these out? Could put it there. Put it on the back of the page for something different. We could do that. I feel like this color very much matches that color. So that's why I chose it to be in here. Yes. Oops. So I'm glad I did make a lot of this ephemera up ahead of time, but a lot of it I did over the last couple of days. I mean, all of these things, they're all from the last couple of days. Okay. Alrighty. Next. What else shall we put in here? We shall put in here. Let's see. Maybe. So this one opens this way. That would work because my idea is that you can write across that way or you can write across this way. Well, actually, you probably wouldn't write on that part. And I might actually put pockets on here. So, do I want this more towards the center? Do I want this on the back of the page? No. I like it on the front. Okay. And this one, I think I'm going to make it so that I can tuck something in the side and have it stick out. So I'm going to glue across the top. I have to double think everything. And this is pretty heavy duty, so because I had to layer the back with paper. think I'm going to also glue that corner down. All right, and I'm going to put it on the edge here. And this way I can put a card in there, like a journaling card of some sort. And it'll have a tab sticking out, and it'll stick out over the edge of the paper. Probably could have moved it that way a little bit, but I didn't. I think I only have 2 of these made. So I'll have to make a 3rd one. Oh, darn. I might have to make a 3rd one. Let's see. I want to check something here. Yeah. Okay. Did I put... I did. All right, so that can't go there. So I think I'll put it here. So here's the other one. Now I could do this one this way and do the same. Yes, I think I shall. So I don't want to glue this side. Oops. So don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you think about that shiny paper. The paper with the shiny leaves on it. As you can see, this is quite earthy looking. And I kind of want to keep it that way, but I really do what I do with the paper. See? I organized and then I lost things already. I just had those sheets. I just showed them to you, right? Oh, I am such a lost cause. Oh, yeah. No clue what I did with the sheets. That I just shared with you. Oh, here they are. No? Yes? Yes. This paper here. Now, do you think that would be too bright and shiny? Or this one? Or this one? Too bright and shiny for in here? Considering how earthy this video looks? Please comment and let me know. Okay. So I only have 2 of those, so I have to make a 3rd one. Boy, I'm just zipping along, aren't I? All right. So let me see. I did those. Let me see. I could put these on a backing sheet and use those and make the 3rd one. Let's do that because I don't have much time left. Oops. That's really thick. Hold that thought. I gotta jump up and get a piece of paper. Actually, I'll use this one. I threw this down this morning, and this side is white. All right, let me find... Oh, dear. There it is. Okay. Excuse my reaching. All right. I think I'll do that. I think I'll use... Even though this is cardstock, it's very light cardstock. This that I printed the cards on. And I was just going to use them as tags to write on the back with. But I need one more of these tri-fold tag journaling spots. So, all right, Martha. Sticky fingers. I got sticky fingers. All right. So we're just going to put that there. And if you don't print them out and just cut them as one piece, this is how you make a trifold. You just take 3 tags, glue them on a backing sheet, make sure they're adhered well. I'm going to put this one in the middle. Actually, that's the same. Oh, no. Oh, man, that stinks. I have fuzzies attached to my glue now. Let me find a different one. There's that one. That's the same. That's the same. Trying to find one that isn't the same. Well, that's okay. Oh, yes. I can use that. Yes, I can. It's a little taller, but that's okay. That's okay. We adjust. We adjust to the circumstances, right? That's the fuzzy that came off the rug. If you guys could see I have a shag rug in here. It was here when we moved in, and it's still here. I wanted to put a floor in. I wanted to take up the carpet and put a floor in. But Tony says he's afraid to pull up the carpet because he's afraid of what's underneath or what isn't underneath. So I told him, I said, the worst that could happen is we find out that we need insulation. Now, I am leaving a hair of space. And because I didn't cut that card very straight, it's not much of a hair. Oh, my goodness gracious. Move over. There's barely a hair of space there. And I obviously did not cut this card out straight. Okay, and then this one. And I said the worst case scenario is we put like a really thick pad or some insulation on the floor. If it's just like, not very good floor underneath. Because this is a sunroom and it's actually a built-on sunroom. There's there's no part of the building underneath it. There's a cement slab underneath it. So if this floor ever drops out from under me, it's just a cement slab under there. So it gets quite cold in the winter, and very warm in the summer because of all the windows. But see, that's how you fix that. Just cut that little piece off. Nobody will know the difference. It could use some more insulation, to be honest. So now I will let that dry completely before I fold it, because folding it before it's completely dry does not work. It's not a good idea. I need to take just another hair off the top of these. I'll line it up. Oops, come on now. There we go. That's better. Very good, very good. Okay. So if you ever want to make a tri-fold, fold out taggy thing, just glue 3 of them together. That's all it takes. It's actually an awesome way to make a little extra writing space, use up some tags. And we're going to ink in between here. And when that's dry, I will fold it and then put it in. Cut that, because that tag is not cut very straight. Ooh. And neither is that now. Straight? What's straight? Only a machine can do straight. And even then, it's not always straight as you think it is. Okay. I can ink that a little more when I fold it and get some of that white off of there. But there. Now that'll be the back for writing on. And that'll be the front. And get the little corners here. Tops. So I think that's it. That's going to be a video for today because not a whole lot more I can do. And I'm sure I'm up to an hour. Yep, 54 minutes. So I will just continue on. I have lots to do, as you can see. And I'm glad you joined me today. I hope you stuck it through. There wasn't anything new or exciting or unusual. So let's see. So I did. I think that's the one I have to put it in. I think I did this one, right? Did the corner pocket. And I did the trifold. And then this one should have the trifold as well. All right, there's the trifold. There it is. And so this one will get this trifold. And then we have lots of other stuff to put in. So I will do the next video soon. It is Friday, so it's the weekend. I don't know if I'll get a video done over the weekend. Not that we really go anywhere on a weekend because we're trying to stay in on weekends. But, you know, I'm going to play around with some of this other stuff and get some ideas. And then what I'll do is when I get it more organized, I will show you the next ones that I do. But I'm not used to putting ephemera. I don't think I've ever done a whole series on placing my ephemera in the journals. So we will go ahead and continue on with this because it's the only way I'm going to get used to doing it on camera. So if you like what you saw, let me know. Leave a comment below about the shiny papers and what you think about it. Would you put them in this journal or not? All right. Thanks for being here. Love you all. Happy crafting. I appreciate you being here. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments. Appreciate it. Have yourself a great weekend or a great day or evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, even if it's a year down the road. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.